All right, so let's get into the product, the business owner's legal solution plan. We should be able, whether we're using the flip book or the brochure, we should be able to actually talk about our product without reading it, without physically reading it. Okay? Consultation. Okay? In the business owner's legal solution plan, our business owner is able to pick up the phone and call directly into his provider law firm. Yes or yes? No stressing, no guessing. Dial in one toll-free number, and an attorney that specializes in his area of concern is going to call him back and discuss with him his legal situation. What we need to remember when we're talking about consultation, okay, is convenience. If I'm talking to Mr. English and I'm talking to him about having access to our system, and I'll say, and Mr. English, as long as you have access to your cell phone or your office phone here, you do not have to take time out of your busy day to go down into wherever the attorneys are located here in Georgia and sit in the attorney's office and wait for him to get back to you, right? You don't have to stop your work. Start selling the convenience factor. As a matter of fact, on my brochure where it actually has consultation, I write the word convenience. That is a bullet point of coverage for me under consultation, okay? The other thing that I'll write for him under consultation is quick response. Quick response. Because our system dictates to them how they're going to respond back to our clients. Correct? And that doesn't happen whenever they have a qualified a qualified attorney already now that they may be using for their business. They're waiting for that attorney to get back with them. Okay, so convenience, obviously, okay, and obviously quick response. Now, how many questions can the business owner ask in regards to his business? Unlimited. Write that down on the brochure too, or if you're using the flip book, you want to actually point out the fact that it's unlimited questions. The other thing that we fail to do, and this is so important, associates, is we fail to tell them that there's 2 authorized users. There's 2 authorized users. Why is it important for us to let that business owner know that there's 2 authorized users under our business owner's legal solution plan? Because he has people in his company that's making decisions for his business every day. He may have an office manager, he may have an HR director, and if they actually do not have a blank check to pick up that phone and call attorneys and ask questions before they make decisions, what's going to happen to that business owner eventually? Right? They're going to make the wrong decision, and ultimately it's going to be obviously his problem. So under consultation, that's exactly, if Ms. Broughton was his office manager, I would say, now, of course, I know that Ms. Broughton does a fantastic job as your office manager, and I'm sure that she makes daily decisions on behalf of your business, yes or yes? And he always says yes. Now, I'm not sure if she makes finger-crossed decisions. I'm not sure if she makes Google decisions. I don't know if she just makes common sense decisions. But I do know one thing, you don't give her a blank check to make sure that she actually makes qualified legal decisions by picking up the phone and calling an attorney. This is a way for you to be able to do that. Right? So it's not just about the consultation, it's actually how the system also what? Works for that business. We'll talk more about value-based selling tomorrow on the consultation, because actually you can pretty much sell the whole business plan just on that. Okay? Now also we're going to do correspondence on behalf of that business, meaning that we're going to write letters on behalf of that business. Now we write 1 letter per subject matter, unlimited matters. Correct? We as associates need to know that. And a lot of times business owners will say to me, well, Melissa, why is it only 1 letter? How many of you have heard that one? Just 1 letter? Well, it's unlimited subject matters, 1 per subject matter, correct? The reason why, and associates, you have to understand this so you can overcome objections. The reason why is because obviously if Mr. English was an attorney and he wrote me a letter, well, if I didn't pay attention to the first one, the second one probably is not going to work either, right? And so there's got to be a next level of something obviously that needs to take place. Maybe you need to go to small claims court, Taylor court, whatever the situation would be. And that's when then consultation will kick back in. So understanding my product, I could say, to Ms. Broughton, I could say, yes, we're going to write that letter on behalf of your business. And if for some reason, obviously, you don't get the satisfaction that you need, call back in and say, I need advice on this same situation. Because, see, now it's a different scenario. The letter has already been written. Now get consultation again to see what your next steps would be. okay? What your next steps would be. Understanding your product. Now, there was something that I said there that I should have told you earlier under consultation. I also have all of my clients, every single time that I use the brochures more than I do the flip books, I'm just being honest with you. But on that brochure, I also have them write down the phrase, I need advice on. I even do that with my family members because most people have never used the legal system before and they don't know how to. So if they call in for a Title V situation, as opposed to obviously a Title I situation, for instance, in the family plan, meaning that if my client called in and said, I need an attorney for divorce, we all know in our family plan that would take it to Title V, correct? But if they called in using our system the way it's designed and said, I need advice on divorce, they're going to stay in the covered area of the product. So teach them how to use it. Okay? So I tell my business owners, anytime you have a legal question, concern, issue, stress, irritant, I don't care what it is, when you pick up that phone, just say, I need advice on this. I want them to stay in that consultation portion as much as possible. Don't you? Absolutely. Okay? Now, debt collection. Okay? We do 10 initial debt collection letters a month on behalf of our business under the business plan. We never ask them, do they have debt collection problems? They'll lie to you. Okay? You say, how are you handling those debt collection problems? Are you doing things like most other business owners? Are you actually maybe using it as a tax write-off because it's not enough debt to go after? But that can hurt you with your cash flow. Are you using debt collection agencies, okay, collection agencies? And if so, well, you know, those could be irritants, and at the same time, you may not get your customers back because of the way that obviously you're handling that, but at the same time, that company is going to keep a percentage, so you're still not getting all your proceeds, right, all your money back. Or the third thing is, are you using a qualified attorney? And we know that actually the debt has to be pretty large in order for you to be able to do that. And under value-based selling, I'll teach you tomorrow on how to show them that we really, okay, are the best plan for them. But understand that the 10 debt collection letters a month that we do, our product dictates monthly usage. And I've heard a lot of associates do this wrong, and that's what concerns me. They'll say, oh, well, Tracy, if you sign up today, which is May, what's today? May 11th. If you sign up now, you have from May 11th to June 11th to do 10 debt collection letters. That's not true. She has till the end of the month. These are monthly usages, right? Monthly usages. Little things that actually can cause a lot of problem if you don't understand your product. Okay? Contract and document review. Under the business plan, obviously we do contract review, 3 up to 15 pages each, execute it 1 up to 10 pages each, and then document 3 up to 15 pages each. Do you understand how that just kind of just rolls off my tongue? Right. I'm not looking at anything. Remember I told you at the beginning that knowledge will give you the confidence that you need about your product. Right. That's what business owners are going to want to hear from you. They're not going to want you to flip through something and look for, oh, it's only 10 pages under, you know, right? You have to have that knowledge. Once again, this is actually monthly usage, okay? And I was talking to my friends here in the back, and one of the questions he had asked her was, have you ever had a contract or document that you signed that you didn't fully read or understand or didn't have an attorney review it? She said, well, I've done it on my own. And he said, well, it didn't cost you anything. And my response to them was, well, actually, how much did it cost you because you signed a contract that you didn't have a qualified attorney review? Think about that. It's going to cost them something. They're not going to like it, but it's going to cost them something. Okay? It's kind of like what I was saying at conference when we did our advanced small business training. I've had a lot of small business owners that will say to me, well, how much is your plan going to cost me? Right. How many of you have ever heard that question? How much is it going to cost me? And so when people say, well, how much is that going to cost me? To me, I'll say, well, it all depends. With or without me. Yeah. Right? With or without me. Okay? Now, designated consultation. A lot of people don't understand what the designated consultation portion of our product will do. The designated consultation portion is where we handle highly complicated issues. Highly complicated issues. Patents, copyrights, abnormalities, intellectual property. Right? And so a lot of people say, well, you mean I can't call in and just get advice on patents? Yeah, you can call in and get general advice on patents, but what if they want to patent something? That's where it goes into the highly complicated situation, meaning that designated consultation. Now, under trial defense, the business owner's legal solution plan is the only plan that we have that has built-in litigation hours, right? Built-in litigation hours. So we have 15 for pretrial or arbitration, mediation, and then we have 60 reserved actually for trial. That's a lot of hours for a business owner, okay? That's a lot of hours. Then we know that we have our reduced 25% fee, and then we also know that we have our contingency fee under the business owner's legal solution plan. Now, if you're not sure what contingency is, once again, you've got to ask these questions. You've got to figure this out before you talk to your prospect. Contingency would be the attorney would take the case without any payment, and then they'll take money from the proceeds, right? And our clients actually would get at least a 5% discount on contingency too. So you understand, you have to know that product inside and out. That is the basis of all three of our plans is that plan. Our home-based business plan, very simply, what? It just takes chunks of the business plan and we put it into the home-based business plan. The legal plan for the self-employed, it also does the same thing. We take chunks of the business plan and we put it into the legal plan for the self-employed. And we know those other two plans also help cover our family. Okay, but let's talk about consultation for the business side. Let's talk about Go Small Biz for a second. We know it's very important for a business owner to also understand that he has access to our attorneys for business consultation, not just legal consultation, but business consultation. How many of you understand, or have you heard a business owner that will say to you this, I already have a qualified attorney that takes care of my business, right? And if you don't understand the Go Small Biz side of this, you're really shooting yourself in the foot because that's really how I open up the doors. Most of the time is through Go Small Biz. Wouldn't it be great to be able to have business consultation when you have any tax and accounting and marketing and advertising questions? Okay, understanding that this is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Responses are come back within what, 2 business days. You have to understand that side of it because it's a huge selling point. The other thing under Go Small Biz that's a huge selling point that I'm not hearing a lot of associates focus on is our Legal Form Center. Our Legal Form Center is phenomenal. You know, years ago I was listening to the training call, the Wednesday training call that we do, and you know, it's amazing to me that most associates don't get on that call because it's a great call. But years ago, Mr. Agar Thomas said something that it struck me, and I thought, oh my gosh, why haven't I been doing this? And I've been using it ever since. It's helped me with tremendous closing in my small business plans. But the question he asked was, when you're talking to a business owner, the question he asked was, when was the last time your labor attorney reviewed your employee handbook? You remember saying that, Agar? He said, when was the last time your labor attorney reviewed your employee handbook? And you know, I thought, wow. First of all, even if they have an attorney, I bet you they don't have a labor attorney. And the second thing is, most of the business owners, at least in my marketplace, they don't have an employee handbook either. And under our Legal Form Center, guess what we can create for them? An employee handbook. That's a contract. They need it. They need it. And so it's amazing that a lot of associates don't understand that that Legal Form Center is there. And the reason why they don't probably is because they didn't take the time to really figure out Go Small Biz. We do a great job of understanding the legal side, and we forget about of Go Small Biz. Okay, we really, really do. Right?